There comes a time in all forms of media consumption where you are so utterly bewildered by what you've just witnessed that words alone can't really describe the exact feeling of anger, confusion, and admiration you have for the thing. And the most bewildering thing about it all is that at the end of the day it's not indescribable. Even in this state you can explain exactly why you feel this way and even give terms to every single state of mind you have. But you also realize that just terms alone wouldn't be enough to describe the emotions you have towards this piece of media in a way that everyone will understand exactly what you mean by this all. And this is why this show exists. To give voice to my thoughts and explain stuff to myself and justify time wasted. Because why the fuck did I even watch this? I originally thought of writing down something regular for this anime, a small plot retelling and all that, but I feel that way I would be treating the show the exact way it wants me to treat it, and I don't want to give it the pleasure of doing so. I'll just try explaining it without any fluff. Sonny Boy is an original 12-episode anime animated by Madhouse, and that's all you need to know about it. It is a piece of art house Japanese animation. That's all there is to it. It has no characters you need to know or think about, it has no real plot to speak of, and it also doesn't even have any sort of moral message to tell you. Oh sure, people who've been duped by it will tell you the opposite. This is a show about a group of children stuck in some parallel dimension acquiring superpowers and living with them, but that's fucking bullshit, and the anime admits it on numerous occasions. You'd expect me to say that this anime is all style, no substance, but it has to say something before we even begin thinking about substance. It doesn't. I have gained nothing after watching this. I wasn't angry, I wasn't happy, the show didn't even give me a meh reaction, cause at least I could have said something as to why it gave me that feeling, but instead the show just happened on my screen and moved on. And the most aggravating and admirable about this show is that this is entirely by design. It doesn't have a plot, neither is there any sort of moral message in the story. It was first just Lord of the Flies with superpowers, but actually not, then it kinda showed that society is bad, then switched to lame musings about the human condition, and then they built a rocket that fucked off. The anime is like a peacock. People will search for some hidden message or allegories in the show, make essays about it, and it will probably turn into another one of those animes you have to watch for your nerd cred, while the only thing all of this says is that the peacock popped a boner. It can be a metaphor for adolescence, it can be a great example of metafiction in its abuse of traditional narrative structure, it can be a story about the Jews infiltrating the Japanese society and replacing talented people with clones for all that fucking matters. It says nothing, and expects the viewer to think the rest of the story up. And the sad part is that I can't even say it's a bad anime, because it did everything it wanted to do. It's just what it wanted to do is to fool people into believing that this is a masterpiece of artistic expression that has oh so much you can draw from and analyze. To which I say bollocks. You know that old saying, the only winning move is not to play? Sonny Boy goes further. The only way to win is to never even consider the anime or spare it any thought. If you engage with Sonny Boy as a concept, Sonny Boy wins, and you lose. And thus I and everyone who watched it are all losers to a one. Which I guess means that it did its job well, but also means that simply out of spite I will not talk about this show any further.